Hey guys, YouTube Warrior 100 here, and now here's my review of WrestleMania 22. I watched the show yesterday, and I thought this was a pretty good show. I think the show is kind of underrated, but I don't think it's a great show. I think it's good, but it's just not great. Alright, but yeah, it's worth watching. Alright, so yeah, let me just get into this thing. Show started off with Michelle Williams singing America the Beautiful. And the first match of the night was the World Tag Team Championship match. Kane and Big Show defending against Chris Masters and Carlito. And JR actually made a good point in this match. He said that this was the very first traditional 2-on-2 tag team title match since WrestleMania 15. Which, yeah, it was. Well, unless you want to count the Sunday Night Heat WrestleMania 19 tag team title match. But, yeah, this is an actual WrestleMania. Yeah. And I thought this was just fine. I think this was probably as good as it's going to get between these two teams. I thought Carlito and Chris Masters got enough offense in. Chris Masters got the Master Lock on Kane. Big Show broke it up. And then Carlito got a backstabber on, I think it was Kane. And in the end, Kane gets a chokeslam on, I think it was Carlito, and they win. Yeah, so, alright, I give it 2 1/4. Then we got the Money in the Bank ladder match. Matt Hardy versus Shelton Benjamin versus Finlay versus RVD versus Bobby Lashley versus Ric Flair. I thought this was a pretty good match, too. Probably, like, 3rd or 4th best match of the night. Yeah, and, yeah, at the beginning of this match, Bobby Lashley dominated. He was beating down on everyone. Then it looked like Ric Flair was going to be pulled out of the match early on because Matt Hardy gave Ric Flair a suplex from the top of the ladder, and it just hurt Ric Flair like a son of a bitch. He was screaming probably just as hard as he did when he got the superplex from the Undertaker at WrestleMania 18. Then Ric Flair was helped to the back, came back out later on. Shelton Benjamin did a leap while the ladder was on on the top rope. It was balancing on the top rope, and Shelton Benjamin ran up the ladder and did a leap outside of the ring, and he came down on everybody. Then Ric Flair eventually came back in. And then Bobby Lashley was taken out with a triple powerbomb. I think Finlay was trying to powerbomb. Could have been someone else. Then Matt Hardy and either Shelton Benjamin or RVD helped powerbomb Lashley, and Lashley got taken out. As Ric Flair was climbing, he looked like he was going to get the briefcase. Finlay nailed Ric Flair in the face with the shillelagh, and Ric Flair fell down. And then Matt Hardy knocked Finlay off the ladder. And then RVD got a 5-star frog splash from the top of a ladder onto Finlay. And then Matt Hardy was climbing RVD was climbing the ladder, trying to get the briefcase, and Shelton Benjamin looked like he just leapfrogged from the rope right to the ladder, and he landed right on it. Good God. And then, as Shelton Benjamin was busy with Matt Hardy... God, why do I keep saying Matt Hardy? RVD. God, yeah, Shelton Benjamin kept punching RVD in the face, trying to knock him off the ladder, and then Matt Hardy was trying to come from behind. He set up another ladder right next to them, trying to go for the briefcase. Then Shelton Benjamin turned his attention to Matt Hardy, moved over to his ladder, and then RVD tipped over that ladder. RVD and Shelton... What? God, I can't even say their names right. Then Matt Hardy and Shelton Benjamin fell out of the ring off the ladder to the floor, and then RVD got the briefcase for the win. Yeah, good match, 3 3/4. And then we got the Hall of Fame segment where Howard Finkel was introducing all the class of 2006 Hall of Fame inductees except for Bret Hart. He said Bret Hart was uncomfortable participating. And so, yeah, he just announced the rest of them. Mean Gene, Sensational Sherry, Tony Atlas, Vern Gagne, William Refrigerator Perry, the Blackjacks, and Eddie Guerrero, who was obviously accepted by Vicky Guerrero. And Eddie Guerrero got a huge ovation from the crowd. Yeah. And then we got the United States Championship match, Chris Benoit defending against JBL, accompanied by Jillian Hall. Yeah, I thought this was pretty good. But yeah, a problem I have with this match is JBL mocking Eddie Guerrero. He was doing the dance that Eddie Guerrero did, and he was mocking the Three Amigos. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I hate JBL. Because he actually mocks and disrespects people. Yeah, it was just kind of a back and forth match. Chris Benoit was paying tribute to Eddie Guerrero with the Three Amigos. And JBL countered the crossface a couple of times in the match. And then Chris Benoit got the crossface on JBL at the end, and JBL rolled through and pinned Benoit holding onto the rope. So yeah, JBL gets a cheap win, 2 3/4. And then we have the Hardcore Champion. Not the Hardcore Championship, Hardcore Match. Yeah, Edge versus Mick Foley. This is a great match right here, match of the night. This was great. Yeah, Edge came to the ring with a baseball bat. Mick Foley came in a dark flannel shirt or something. Yeah, and then Edge was using weapons early on. He used cookie sheets and a road sign. And he went for the spear early on, and Mick Foley opened up his shirt, and Edge speared him. Yeah, and Edge was in pain, and then Mick Foley took the shirt off, and we saw he had barbed wire wrapped around his waist. And then he was whipping Edge with it and digging it into Edge's skin. Then Edge got tied up in the ropes. Mick Foley was going to use Barbie on Edge, but Lita came in and was wrapping her arms around Mick Foley's throat and neck. And then Edge got a clothesline from Mick Foley, and all three of them went to the outside. Yeah, Mick Foley was Irish whipped by Edge into the steel steps twice. And the second time he just went through the stairs broke. They fell apart. And then Edge set a table up at ringside. Yeah, he was gonna use he squirted some lighter fluid onto Mick Foley, but Mick Foley didn't let Edge set him on fire. That was obviously his intention. Mick Foley was going to do a concerto on Edge, but Mick Foley was distracted with Lita, so Edge nailed Mick Foley. And then Edge used Barbie on Mick Foley, and Mick Foley got busted open. Then Edge got a bag of thumbtacks, threw them on the ring. And he was going to throw Mick Foley onto the thumbtacks, but Mick Foley countered and got a German suplex on Edge, and Edge went thumbtacks, and you just saw the pain Edge was in. And you saw all the thumbtacks in his back. Yeah, I think after Mick Foley got out of the 1998 Hell in a Cell match with Undertaker, he never wanted to be put on thumbtacks again, because remember at Backlash 2004, Randy Orton was going to RKO him on thumbtacks, but Mick Foley just threw Randy Orton on thumbtacks, and now here with Edge. And then Mick Foley was using Barbie on Edge. Edge was busted open. Mick Foley squirted lighter fluid on the table Edge set up. And then Lita nailed Edge with Barbie. Lita nailed Mick Foley with Barbie. God, I can't say anything right today. I'm sorry. Yeah, and then Lita squirted more lighter fluid on the table and lit it on fire. And then Edge speared Mick Foley off the ring apron and right through the table. And you heard Joey Styles with his annoying "oh my god." And then Edge got the pin for the win. Yeah, that's a great match right there. 4 stars. Then we got the handicap match, Booker T and Sharmell versus the Boogeyman. I really think this should have just been Booker T versus the Boogeyman, not have Sharmell in the match. Not really good right here. Yeah, the arena was starting to fill up with some red smoke or fog or something. Yeah, first Booker T was assaulting the Boogeyman, then the Boogeyman made a comeback. And then the Boogeyman got a mouthful of worms. Sharmell tried to nail the Boogeyman with the staff, but Boogeyman turned around and saw Sharmell. And then he kissed her. He kissed Sharmell with the mouthful of worms, which I thought was hilarious. And then Sharmell was screaming and ran to the back, and yeah, Boogeyman won the match. Yeah, the mouthful of worm kiss was funny, but the match itself not too good. Dud. And then we get the Women's Championship match, Trish Stratus versus Mickie James. Good God, the crowd was pissing me off so much in this match. The crowd was doing all they could to ruin this match by cheering Mickie James and booing Trish. Every time Trish was making a comeback, the crowd was just booing. Yeah, the crowd was just really trying to mess this up as much as they could. Yeah, it was an alright match, probably the second best women's match in WrestleMania history. Yeah, and then in the end, Mickie James wins. Yeah, I give it 2 stars. And then after this, we got a little segment in the back where Vince and the entire McMahon family, they were making a ridiculous prayer to God. And Vince McMahon was saying he doesn't like God and God doesn't like him. It was just really stupid. Yeah, that God storyline with Vince McMahon and Shane and Shawn Michaels, that was just the dumbest thing ever. Yeah, and the next night, that would really get into gear, but yeah, whatever. Then we got the Casket Match, Undertaker versus Mark Henry. This wasn't too good. This is probably one of the Undertaker's weaker WrestleMania matches. Just kind of went back and forth. But it was really boring. Mark Henry was an idiot. He actually tried to go for a pin after a World's Strongest Slam. Yeah, Mark Henry was outside of the ring. Yeah, the match went on way too long, really. Yeah, anyway, Mark Henry was out of the ring. There were a couple of good things at the end. The Undertaker dove the outside of the ring, over the ropes, over the casket. And then Undertaker got a tombstone on Mark Henry and put Mark Henry in the casket, and Undertaker wins. Now, good spots at the end. Match itself, not really too good. But thanks to the stuff at the end, I give it probably a star and 3/4. Then we get the no-holds-barred match, Shawn Michaels versus Vince McMahon. I really like this match. This is probably my favorite match of the night. Not the best one, but my favorite. Yeah, Vince McMahon had a portrait of his muscle and fitness cover out at ringside. Yeah, this match was mostly Shawn Michaels dominating. Early on in the match, Shawn Michaels just nailed Vince McMahon with the muscle and fitness cover, and his head went right through it. Vince McMahon was just sitting there like no one was home. Then the Spirit Squad interferes, and then Shawn Michaels takes all of them out. Yeah, this match had so much overbooking, but it was good overbooking, just like Vince and Shane at WrestleMania 17. Yeah, Vince McMahon was bleeding from his eye. The top of his eye, he had a cut. Yeah, Vince McMahon whipped Shawn Michaels with his belt, and then Shawn Michaels eventually was whipping Vince McMahon with the belt. Yeah, and eventually Shane McMahon came out to ringside and then nailed Shawn Michaels with the kendo stick. And then they were going to make Shawn Michaels rejoin the Kiss My Ass Club. Vince McMahon pulled his pants down. Shawn Michaels was going to have his face put in Vince's ass again, just like he was a few weeks ago. But Shawn Michaels fought Shane off, and he stuffed Vince's ass, and Vince thought it was Shawn Michaels. He just was like, yeah. I thought that was funny. Yeah, and Shawn Michaels handcuffed Shane to the rope on the outside of the ring, and then Shawn Michaels got the kendo stick, and he was mocking Shane. He did Shane McMahon's dancing, and he nailed Shane with the kendo stick. And then Shawn Michaels got a huge chair shot on Vince McMahon, and the chair was just dented. Vince got busted open really bad, and it looked like he was bleeding from the top of his head. Yeah, and Shawn Michaels nailed Vince McMahon with a ladder. And then Shawn Michaels put Vince McMahon on a table, and Shawn Michaels climbed the ladder. Looked like he was gonna jump off the ladder through Vince McMahon and the table, but Shawn Michaels gave the no gesture. He did that. Then he got off that ladder, threw it out of the ring. He went to the outside and got an even bigger ladder. And then he stuffed Vince McMahon's upper body in a trash can, and you could just hear Shane McMahon shouting, "That's enough, that's enough." Then he put Vince McMahon back on the table. Shawn Michaels climbed the big ladder. He gave the suck it gesture, and then gave a big elbow drop onto Vince McMahon. and threw the table onto the trash can. Then the EMTs came out. Thought they were going to get Vince McMahon out of the ring, but Shawn Michaels told him to get back. And then he pulled Vince McMahon up and he said, "I want you to watch this. I'm going to knock your teeth down your throat." Then gave Vince McMahon a huge Sweet Chin Music for the win. So yeah. And then Shawn Michaels was celebrating. And they were stretching Vince McMahon to the back, and you saw Vince McMahon give Shawn Michaels the middle finger. Yeah, I really liked the match. 3 3/4. Then we got the triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Kurt Angle defending against Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio. The video package for this match was really awesome. Only problem, because Randy Orton was in this video package, he tried to get to Rey Mysterio. At one point he said that Eddie was in heaven and Eddie was down there in hell. Yeah, that was... I can't believe WWE would actually stoop that far. Yeah, whoever wrote that, I hope they got fired. Yeah. I'll probably put a link to that Randy Orton saying that in the description box, so check it out. Check out the video down there if you want to see it. Yeah. And yeah, there was a POD concert for Rey Mysterio's entrance. This POD was singing the Booyaka, Booyaka 619 song. And I thought this was a pretty good match, yeah. Awesome spot in the beginning where it's a double German suplex. Kurt Angle's German suplex is Randy Orton, and Randy Orton German suplex is Rey Mysterio. That was awesome. Now this match was really well paced. All three guys got enough offense. Rey Mysterio accidentally botched the 619 on the outside. Rey Mysterio just, his hand slipped off the ring post and he fell, and then he just decided to go back and do it again. Yeah, all three guys, like I said, got enough offense. Problem is only the match was way too short. It was less than 10 minutes. And then Rey Mysterio at the end got a 619 West Coast Flop on Randy Orton and won the World Heavyweight Championship. And then Rey Mysterio has his championship celebration. I think it was really more just for Eddie Guerrero than more of a well-deserved win for Rey Mysterio. But yeah, he still wins. Yeah. So yeah, it was a good match. 3 1/4. And then we got the Playboy pillow fight. Torrie Wilson versus Candice Michelle. I'm not complaining here. They both looked great as hell in this match. The wrestling didn't, but they were good looking. They were sexy as crap. I thought Candice Michelle actually looked better than Torrie Wilson did in this match. Yeah, but yeah, it was just kind of a, I guess, just something to give us a little bit of a break before we got to the main event. So yeah, I'm not going to rate this thing, but Torrie Wilson wins. Yeah. Then we got the main event for the WWE Championship. John Cena defending against Triple H. Both of these guys had special entrances. Yeah, Triple H's, he had his song playing Bow Down to the King, and he came up on a throne dressed as a king. Yeah, he had like a robe and a crown on. Yeah. And then John Cena's was, I think, a video about the Great Depression or something, and a bunch of guys came out with machine guns and a car. One of them was CM Punk. Yeah, and then John Cena then came out dressed like them with a hat and a trench coat and a machine gun. Yeah, and Lillian Garcia accidentally said Shawn Cena when she was introducing him and said John Cena. But yeah, this match, I thought this was good, but I thought it could have been way better. Yeah, the crowd was once again doing here what they did in Mickie James Trish, trying to ruin this match as much as they could by booing John Cena and cheering Triple H. Yeah, this was the unofficial origin of the Let's Go Cena, Cena sucks chants. Yeah, the match just kind of went back and forth between the two of them. Not really much to remember about it, except yeah, the match really picked up at the end of it, where Triple H, I think, got to the ropes while he had an STFU on. Triple H low blow both John Cena and the referee, but the referee got the low blow by accident. Yeah, Triple H survived a couple of FUs. Yeah, the second one, John Cena was shocked about it. But I swear to God, JR said he doesn't remember anyone taking out of the FU. They do this every single time someone survives an FU. Okay, remember Vengeance 2003? Undertaker survived the FU. I think he was the first one to do it. WrestleMania 20, Big Show survives the FU. Michael Cole said the first he knows of. And then here, Triple H survives it. JR says he doesn't remember anyone kicking out of the FU. This is a problem with WWE. They're always forgetting the past, and it's so annoying. But anyway, let's continue. And then at the end, John Cena got the STFU on Triple H, and Triple H tapped out, and John Cena wins. But yeah, it was a good match, but I thought it could have been better. I give it 3 stars. Overall, the show, I give it about a 7.25 out of 10. Yeah, Mick Foley and Edge was really good. I really liked Shawn Michaels, man. 2 world title matches, they were good, even though they had problems. World Heavyweight title was too short, and WWE title I thought really could have been better. Yeah, but still, this is still a good WrestleMania to check out. And I don't think you'll be too disappointed with it. So yeah, that's it for my WrestleMania 22 review. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.